Well, it's another time to share another nugget with you guys, and I'm so grateful today. I'm filled with gratitude for what God is doing. I'm filled with gratitude for this platform. I thank God for every experience that I'll have to share. I thank God for each and every one of you that will be inspired. I thank God for the resources to do this. I really thank God for everything. And today I'll just bring out an inspiration or a revelation as how you'll take it. But to me, I saw it being an inspiration from God Himself, and I'm so excited to share it with you today. And I'll just start by posing a question like, how deep is your Thanksgiving? Yeah, how deep is your Thanksgiving? How deep do you thank God concerning matters? And I came to learn that it's so easy to thank God for yourself, to thank God for things happening around you, to thank God for things happening to your family members, well, close family members, people that you're connected to and you feel you're right with them. It's so easy to give God thanks for them. But guys, how deep do you celebrate other people? How deep do you celebrate another person's win? Well, it's quite a test sometimes, especially if you're waiting for your turn, right? I know many of us resonate with that period of time. And what I want to bring today is something that was spoken to me clearly in God's voice, and He told me, celebrate others and as if you're celebrating yourself. And that statement was so light until one day God started giving me instructions on actually how to celebrate another person. And I'll tell you the lesson that I got out of this at the end of what I'm about to share. So I remember there's this time when I just finished high school. Those who were in high school with me just know the roller coaster that I went through in and out of school because of school fees and all that. So here I am after high school thinking that suddenly things will just work in a snap. So I'm in this waiting period. I waited 5 years to join the university. Story for another day. So I'm in this waiting period and there are things happening in other people's lives. My friends have gone to school, they've gone to campus, others I'm witnessing them graduating. I'm just there. I was just there, guys. Like I tried to sell everything. I would go to Gikosh, you buy clothes, you try to sell. I go to different places, I try to sell. As in, guys, at one point, I just used to walk with I think it was a green or a yellow paper bag, I don't know. Those people who used to know me then can resonate because I always had something to sell. Like, guys, and I'm witnessing other people's lives are changing. I'm really trusting God for school fees so that I can go to school. A year is passing, another one is passing, another one is passing. Others are getting engaged, and I'm like, wow, what chapter of my life is this? And there was so much rejection around me at that time. I did not even understand. I was trying to figure myself out. But what gave me comfort and gave me direction is when I went to God. I was like, now, God, you created me. You have the blueprint of my life, and only you can explain to me what is happening. And I need to understand what I need to do. So I did that, and I'll come to tell you guys of that process one day. And so here I am, fast forward, and I'm still, the doors of school were on the verge of opening like this. And there's a friend of mine that shared that she had gotten engaged. And I was so happy, genuinely, I was very happy. But God whispered to me, like, your thanksgiving for this person is not enough. And I was like, where? Okay. So the Spirit of God dropped in me that I should actually celebrate this person the way I would have celebrated this milestone if it were me. And if it were me, I would go to the house of God and give something in thanksgiving. So that is what God required me to do. Give that kind of thanksgiving on behalf of this friend without even them knowing. Up to date, they have no idea that I celebrated them, not only openly, but even in the secret place. And this has happened so many times. Something would happen to somebody, a friend, or someone you're not even close to, and I feel that God is telling me, you know what, offer a different kind of praise. Raise your sacrifice of thanksgiving. Let it not just be about you. And you know what, guys, that particular day my friend got engaged, and she had been waiting for so many years, and she had been praying about it. I went to the house of God and I did what was necessary, and my heart was full of joy. You know, I felt as if it was my victory also. And God was opening up my eyes to this. This person that I am celebrating is a part of the body of Christ. This person has a different function in the body. I have a different function in the body. And if the eyes celebrate the ears, I mean, what a coordination. If there is a good coordination in the body, it brings light to the body, right? Yes, if the eyes are not functioning properly, the ears are messed up, the ENT is connected and there are issues. Exactly. So I got that kind of revelation, and God wanted me to celebrate one part and its functionality according to how I would also expect and I would desire to be celebrated. So this was actually expanding my heart capacity, not to be jealous of people's seasons, and to understand that everyone has a function, everyone was wired differently, everyone has different seasons and different functions. You know, for example, let me just give an example. Assuming we all went to medical school, and you know, everyone just majored in dentistry. I mean, come on, what would happen to women when they want to give birth and their gynecological issues? That's why there are different branches, even in the medical field. So by appreciating how they resonate, that's how functionality comes. And this is exactly what God was teaching me. Expand your capacity to celebrate other people the way you'd love to be celebrated. That way, there will not be any viruses of jealousy. You will have room for God to create more miracles, because now even when you're celebrating other people, it is not fake. You know, there is a celebration that is just it's just on the surface, just for people to see. But one thing about God, motives are not hidden from him, thoughts are not hidden from him, desires are not hidden from him. Anything in the secret. You know, that's why Cain and Abel, they went before God. They both had a sacrifice that they brought before the Lord, but each and every one of them had a different heart posture. For Cain, he had a different heart posture. To him, that was the best that he could give. To Abel, he gave his best. His heart posture was different. He saw this is what God deserves. So Thanksgiving is the same. You know, you can pretend before people and you know, you tell that friend, oh, I'm happy for you. Oh, may God increase more grace in your life. Oh, sis, I celebrate you. And you know, seriously, in your heart, you don't. You're camouflaging the jealousy. Well, you can fool other people, but you cannot fool God. And this is what God was simply teaching me. Let your celebration for others be from the heart. That way, it will raise your bar to be celebrated. And what a joyous thing if heaven celebrates you. As in, you will receive miracles that are genuine. You'll have a rich spiritual capacity, a spiritual capital in that. You know, guys, let me tell you something. If you read the book of Malachi chapter 3, you'll notice that the Bible says that we talked amongst ourselves, and the angel of the Lord heard, and this brought remembrance. So they are usually angels of God who hear conversations, and God sees even the heart. And guess what? All these things are recorded. Yes, honey, they are recorded. Conversations, what you secretly desire and all that, God can see those thoughts. So you can just be by yourself and you're like, now why did they get blessed like that and they don't deserve, those murmurings, and they're being recorded for your information. FYI, go to Malachi chapter 3 and read all of it and you will understand. So guys, Thanksgiving should be more than just about yourself. And I'm telling you, this expanded my heart. I find myself being happy and celebrating people who we are not even talking, or we fell out or something happened, but even strangers, like there's a way I can get happy when a miracle happened, and that just did not happen by my own strength. It took the hand of God to teach me, while being in the wilderness, to celebrate people who have reached their season of fruitfulness. And I celebrated this friend of mine in that way that God showed me to do, and I followed. And I remember another friend, she got a baby, she conceived, and we met and she told me I'm expectant. And again, God dropped that in my spirit. Celebrate them in this way. Offer a thanksgiving. And I thank God, because when my seasons came to get married, to get children, there is a certain breakthrough that came even in the midst of opposition. And when you lay a foundation of thanksgiving that is genuine, because you know what, God at the end of it looks at the heart posture. God looks at the heart. He works with the heart and not the outward appearance. People may fool others by the outward appearance, by a certain fake aura, but you know what, God in his wisdom will eventually bring what is right to the light. And that's why you see when Samuel went to anoint the next king of Israel, and he went to the house of Jesse, his eyes landed on Eliab, and he was like, you know what, this guy, the way he's looking fine, the way he's tall, the way he's built, he must be the one, because he looks like the part. But in real sense, God had looked at the heart, he had scrutinized, and he had chosen this raggedy, handsome looking small shepherd boy, and he saw this is the right person, not because of anything, because of the heart. Because we have a choice. We have a choice how we will take things. We have free will on how we will decide on things, and God foresees these things. It's in our character, and he is God. He created us, but we also have willpower. So God knew David's heart. He had already seen, this is the person that I will work with. So guys, again, I challenge you. How deep is your thanksgiving to others? So that's just my inspiration for today, guys. I'll see you again on another nugget. May God bless you, and I love you all.